On Showbiz, we're trying to talk about giants of Showbiz. I mean, the great Hollywood musicals, remember him? Cole Porter. How he danced and sang with that big bag of nutty slack on his back, I'll never know. It's all changed now, you know, films, they're all tame now. They have stuntmen for the love scenes. They have stuntmen. He's called in when the story starts to fizzle out. He makes wild, passionate love to all the heroines. He's a frail old man of about 24 or so. Hollywood. Do you know, when I first saw the first Mary Pickford film, I never thought that years later she'd buy all those removal vans, did you? Remember how in the early films from Hollywood, the villains used to tie the heroines to the railway tracks. They tried it in British films, but it didn't work the same because the heroines used to die of starvation before the trains turned up. Hollywood. Do you remember that jungle film where, you know, where the white missionary is walking through the jungle and he meets this fierce-looking native and the missionary said to him, I say, do you speak English? And the native said, yes, I speak good English. So the white man said, well, could you tell me how far it is to the nearest village? And the native replied, said, it's about 5 miles away. The white man said, look, tell me, where did you learn to speak English so well? The native said, from old gramophone records. I love the Western films. Clint Westwood, you know, in that film where the bandits attack the shirt factory in Birmingham, you know, for a few collars more. Then there was that other one where little Ronnie Corbett is with Dolly Parton, face full of dollops. That was it. And there comes a time in every man's life when he's got to be a hero, like the hero of the films. Bravery, that's when he goes to the dentist. And you've got to go, you know. You don't want to be like that little girl on the adverts.
No fillings today.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice? They pulled on my blinking teeth out.
I went to see the dentist the other day. As soon as I walked to his path, I got that sinking feeling. I'd fell in his goldfish pond. The receptionist, old frosty face, she said, would you like gas? I said, no. Well, she said, please yourself, you'll freeze in that waiting room. I went into the dentist's surgery. I sat in the chair. I said, no, we're not going to hurt each other, are we? So he said, no, look. He said, look, you'll have to stop eating boiled sweets. I said, why? He said, they're making my fingers all sticky. I said, look, keep your eye on those goldfish in the tank. I said, why? He said, somebody keeps nicking them. I think the nurse is on a protein diet. So he said, how long have you had the gold filling? I said, that's me collar stud. When he finished, he said, right, now take your trousers off and jump up and down for a couple of minutes. I said, I want my money back. He said, I want my forceps back. He said, no. Have you ever really tried to discover your inner self? I haven't, it doesn't half hurt. I must remember to cut my fingernails next time. I wanted to get rid of these annoying habits. Habits like tapping my fingers, because it was very annoying to me, because I was doing it with a hammer. I was biting my nails and watching the soles of my boots fall off. So, and I found myself whistling in the street, till I walked with my legs closer together and stepped out of the wind. So, I went to see this hypnotist. He'd convinced himself he was a bell, so I gave him a ring. And he was this hypnotist, a very, very odd man, glasses, beard, Mexican moustache, gleaming white teeth, and a cauliflower ear. All on a chain round his neck. The hypnotist looked at me, he asked me to stand on one leg. So I did. And with tears in his eyes, he said, no, I meant one of your own. So, he said, hop up on the couch. He said, do you mind if I put you under? Well, I said, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather go on top. So, started waving this cigarette lighter to and fro for 10 minutes. It took him 10 minutes to light a cigarette. Then, he said, in a few seconds from now, I will feel a warm glow. No, I said, shouldn't it be me that feels the warm glow? He said, you buy your own Ralgex. So, I want you to imagine, he said, you're lounging back on a sun-drenched beach. He said, where are you? I said, I'm on a sun-drenched beach. He said, good, that'll be 40B for the deck chair. So, he said, I want you to shin up that tree and take down the only coconut there. When I'd done that, he said, now go back again and put this coconut there instead. When I came out of the trance, I'd found I'd changed the bulb in his standard lamp. Then he showed me into this other room where they do the abstract therapy on the floor with this nude lady with no clothes on, and she was writhing about on a huge canvas, all lathered all in paints and oil paints. I said, what good's that doing her? He said, none, actually, but nowadays, he said, I don't dread coming in on a Monday morning.